so here we have the PlayStation 5 DualSense Controller. Now today, it's not a full review of the controller itself. I've been using it and testing it, but I do want to test it some more. Game time, within the last month that I've owned the console, I would say I might have put about 20 hours of gaming or a little bit more on it. But I would say yesterday, it started to fail. Now, the big thing about the DualSense is the way the device works with the dual motors and with the adaptive triggers. Now, what failed on this device? It is actually one of the adaptive triggers. And the way that happened was playing a game, pressing the R2 button right there, right, and it just had a click. After that, it was not the same. It lost its durability. It doesn't really spring the same way anymore. Now the adaptive trigger piece still works. I've played a different game and tried to test it, but you can notice that it's much looser and it does not respond the same. The game that I played was Cyberpunk, which does not use any of the new features for the controller, so it wasn't like the resistance was from the adaptive trigger piece, but just the mechanism itself. And here I will show you, if you look at the controllers right here and you look at the left, pressing on it, you can see it takes a little bit. Now you can even hear the difference. And here's the side view. And the way it should be. So this is me just resting my finger on it. And as you can see here, if I just rest my finger on it, so it has that give. So the worry about the adaptive controllers is when will it fail or how long it will last, and it's hard to tell. This is a game that does not even involve the adaptive trigger piece, just using the button by itself. And like I stated, it just made a click, and after that, it just did not respond anymore. Does it still work? Yes. The adaptive trigger piece, when testing on a different game with that option, it does work, but it does not have the same resistance. It does not have the same pushback. It feels much looser and not as strong as the left trigger or as it was previously. Now, you would think that the fix itself would be something fairly easy, or contacting Sony, you would get a proper response where you can just, they send you a box and they'll send you a new controller, or you send them this one back and it'll be a quick turnaround. Well, that's not the case. Calling Sony, the first thing they ask is where the device was purchased and if it has been attempted to return to the retailer. And being that this came with the console, you can't really, you would have to return the whole console, and good luck finding one right now. After that discussion, they offered to repair the controller, but you have to send it in. It takes about 2 weeks, and to send it in, they do not offer you a box or a label. You have to pay all that for yourself. So that's kind of the service that they were providing, which I wish was a little bit better. But at this point, like I said, it still works. It's just that it's loose. I will be most likely getting there to sending it in. I did buy another controller, and I will be testing it and playing with that one just because I wanted an extra controller anyway. But for the time being, this one will be sent once I receive the new one to get repaired. But like I said, the biggest concerns, some people are experiencing sticky buttons. I haven't had any of those issues. No issues with the mic, nothing else. Sometimes the vibrations feel a little bit off, but the biggest issue is this trigger, and that's not how it's supposed to be. You can and if we want to test it with a game, let's go ahead and go into Worms Rumble, and I want to show you the adaptive trigger piece. Okay, let's do a training. Game loads pretty quick. Okay. So right here, but you can see that give right there. Let's go to a different gun. This is a sheep shooter, and as you can see, now there is a different one, and this one, it has way less give. Still feels a little flimsy compared. You press in this one and you don't hear anything, but here we go. Same thing. And sometimes you can even bypass the haptic or the adaptive trigger pushing back. Right there, as you can see, if you go fast enough, it does bypass it. Let's try this. So this one is the, you can see right there. But there you have it. Overall, this is just how it's responding. It's not, it's normal. It's something that lasted about a month, and it is a concern that some of these trigger buttons might lose its sensitivity overall, or lose its spring effect. Now pay attention, and if you're playing a shooter, something that you're pressing this button continuously, there's a chance that it will fail. Now I will get the new controller in probably in a day, and then I will test it and see just how long that one lasts and if I have another any kind of impact on it over a month or longer. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel. As to when we will see the game available again, it's hard to tell. I believe they mentioned January and February that more patches will come out. So stay tuned for more, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.